Okay, we're on problem 6 here. I mentioned in problem 5, there's kind of two techniques that are pretty common for drawing a line. One is using the slope, the x and y intercepts, and then the other method is to use the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, so in problem 6, they want us to find the slope of a line passing through the two given points. M is equal to, change in y over change in x. Okay, so x1 is -2, y1 is 5, x2 is 4, y2 is -7. So I take y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, so y2 is -7, y1 is 5, and I'm dividing that by x2 is 4 minus x1 is -2. 4 minus a -2, that's the same as 4 plus 2. So then, when I simplify that, I got -12 divided by 6 is -2. So the slope of this line that would pass through these 2 points is -2. Okay? Here's another example. So what if we had these 2 points, and we want to find the slope of a line passing through these 2 points? Again, change in y over change in x. So, by the way, we use that terminology because that's what we mean when we compute a slope, right? We're looking at how y is changing by computing its difference and dividing that by how x is changing by computing its difference. Okay? So y2 is 4 minus y1 is -4. 4 minus a -4, the same as 4 plus 4. Divided by x2 is 9 minus x1 is 3. 4 plus 4 is 8. Divided by 9 minus 3 is 6. 8 over 6, that reduces to 4/3. So the slope of this line that'd be passing through these points is 4/3. Okay? Problem 7, they want us to graph each line using the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, y equals mx plus b is called the slope-intercept form of a line. Okay, and that's how, all the problems are going to be whenever you're doing anything with lines, always give your answer so that the line is written in slope-intercept form. Okay, so y equals mx plus b. The slope of this line, m, is -1/2, and then the y-intercept, or the b value, is -2. Okay, so I'm going to start at 0, -2, where I cross the y-axis there, and then work off of the slope. So if I have a positive slope, the line is going to be slanted this way, and if I have a negative slope, the line is going to be slanted this way. Okay, so the slope of this line is -1/2. Well, I can know right away how the line is going to be slanted. Okay, it's going to be slanted this way. So I'm supposed to go up 1 and to the left 2 because that's a negative. If it's a positive, I'm going up 1 and to the right 2. Right? So I go up 1 to the left 2, up 1 to the left 2, up 1 to the left 2. Like I can gather up a whole bunch of points on this line. Or going up 1 to the left 2, that's the same thing as going down 1 to the right 2. So I can gather up some points flowing in the other direction. Okay. Once I have a couple of points there, I can then draw the line, which is y equals -1/2 x minus 2. Okay. Now, a line is the most basic curve that we'll draw. Okay. We have to be good with lines. Okay. We can't mess up lines because then when we have other curves that we're going to be drawing, like if I have some curve that's looping around and doing a bunch of weird stuff, okay, it gets more tricky then. Okay, so we have to be good with lines. Okay, part B, we got y equals 4x minus 5. The slope of this line is 4, and the y-intercept is -5. So we'll start at the point 0, -5, the y-intercept there, and then work off of the slope. So the slope is 4. 4 is the same thing as 4 over 1. And because that's a positive number, I can know right away how the line is going to be slanted. Okay, so I'm going to go up 4 into the right 1, up 4 into the right 1, up 4 into the right 1. And when I have gathered up a couple points on this line, I'll go ahead and draw the line as best I can. There. Okay. Again, a line that has a negative slope is going to be slanted this way. And then a line that has a positive slope is going to be slanted this way. Okay, so I can already know, before I even draw either of these, how the line is going to be slanted. Okay, the slope, really, really important. Not only does it tell us how the line is supposed to be slanted, but it also tells us how to get from one point to the next on the line. Okay, that's really important. Let's see, problem 8 is we're going to graph some more lines here. So in part A, what if I want to graph the line x equals -4? Okay, that'd be a vertical line. If I had y equals -4, that would be a horizontal line at a height of -4. So I can know I have a vertical line here at -4. Okay. In part B, we have the line f of x equals 3/4 x minus 3. Y and f of x are the same thing. All right, so I've really got y equals 3/4 x minus 3. And the slope of this line is 3/4. The y-intercept is at -3. So I'll start at the point 0, -3, and then work off the slope. The slope is a positive number, so I'm going up 3 and to the right 4, up 3 and to the right 4, up 3 and to the right 4, or going up 3 and to the right 4, that's the same as going down 3 and to the left 4. Okay, I can gather up some points, flowing the other direction there. So then, really all I need is 2 points to draw a line. I guess the more the better, but once you got a couple of points there, go ahead and draw the line as best you can. So that'd be a quick sketch of the line y equals 3/4 x minus 3. Okay. Problem 9 is where they want us to find an equation for a line containing the point -2/3, 2 and having a slope of 4. Write your answer in slope-intercept form. Okay, now there's two common forms of lines. There's slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, and that's how our answers are always going to be written in the form y equals mx plus b. And then there's also what's called point-slope form. Okay, point-slope form is another common form of a line, and that's where you have y minus y1 equals the slope times the quantity x minus x1. Okay, so x1 is -2/3, y1 is 2. The slope is 4. Okay, and I'm going to plug those numbers into this formula here. So I got y minus y1, y minus 2 equals the slope is 4 times the quantity x minus x1. X minus a -2/3 is the same as x plus 2/3. Okay, and then I have to get this into slope-intercept form. Okay, so solve for y. Y minus 2 is equal to 4x plus 8/3. And then when I add 2 to both sides, y is equal to 4x plus 8/3 plus 2. 2 is the same as 6/3. Right? So I got 8/3 plus 6/3. That'd be 14/3. So my answer is going to be this line here, y equals 4x plus 14/3. Okay, now as a note, always leave all your answers in exact form. Okay, like 14/3 in decimal form, that'd be an infinite decimal that we have to round off to some spot. Okay, it's 4.666 repeated, right? So I don't want to use decimal form. right? Because then I have to round that value there. So again, always leave all your answers in exact form here. And that's how the book will have it also. Okay. Problem 10 is where they want us to write the slope-intercept equation for a line containing the points -3, 4, and 5, -2. Okay. So the first thing I have to know is the slope. What's the slope of this line that's going to pass through these 2 points here? Well, change in y over change in x. So x1 is -3, y1 is 4, x2 is 5, and y2 is -2. So I got change in y. That'd be -2 minus 4 divided by change in x. 5 minus a -3, the same as 5 plus 3. Okay, so we end up getting -6 over 8. That reduces to -3/4. And again, reduce these numbers. Simplify everything as far as you can go. Okay. So then now I know the slope of this line is -3/4, and I know a point on this line. I know 2 points on this line. Okay. So why don't we use the point slope form next? Okay, I got y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. I'll just use this first point here, -3, 4. So x1 is -3, y1 is 4. The slope is -3/4. So I got y minus y1, that's y minus 4, equals the slope, -3/4, times x minus x1 is -3. X minus a -3, that's the same as x plus 3. Okay, and I need to get this into slope-intercept form. So solve for y. Write my answer in the form y equals mx plus b. Let's see, if I distribute the -3/4, y minus 4 is equal to -3/4 x minus 9/4. And then if I add 4, let's see, 4 would be the same as 16/4. So I got y equals -3/4, and then -9/4 plus 16/4, that'd be 7/4. Okay, so go ahead and circle that. Okay. In problem 11, they want us to, and by the way, both these points are on this line here. So it doesn't matter which point I use when I'm using the point slope equation. Okay, just pick either one of them. Okay, if I were to pick 5, -2, I'd still get the same answer. If everything is done right there. Okay. So problem 11, I want us to find the slope of a line that's parallel to the line 9x minus 2y equals 8. Okay, so parallel lines have the same slope. So all I have to do is I need to know the slope of this line that I'm given. Well, let's get that into slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So if I add 2y and then subtract 8, 2y is equal to 9x minus 8. And then divide by 2, y would be 9/2 x minus 4. Okay, so the slope of this line is 9/2, which means that any line that's going to be parallel to this line here must also have a slope of 9/2. Okay. Now in problem 12, they want us to find the slope of a line that is perpendicular to the line y equals 4x minus 9. So perpendicular lines have slopes that are called negative reciprocals of each other. In other words, if I multiply the two numbers together, I get -1. Okay, so the slope of this line here is 4. So all I need to do is I need to find out, what number it works so that I multiply that number by 4 and I get -1. Okay, well, negative 1/4 times 4, that's negative 1. So the slope of any line that would be perpendicular to this one must have a slope of negative 1/4. Okay, now sometimes I see where students just take the reciprocal. Don't do that. We want the negative reciprocal. Okay, so m would be negative 1/4, not 1/4. Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and stop right there in the notes, and I'll pick up with problem 13 in the next video.